What is going on, guys? Carter here with Edged Mindset. I've got another sales video for you. My last ones have done fairly well, and most people seem to enjoy them. I know sales videos can be annoying for some people, so if that's the case, I'm assuming you didn't click on this. So this is everything that's going to be for sale. I've got a bunch of different stuff and different price ranges. You know, everything is not, none of this is super cheap. So just as a caveat, I don't think there's anything under $275. So if that's too rich for your blood, no, actually I do have something for $200. One thing for $200. And then I've got some expensive pieces here too. So if that's not your jam, you know, I totally get it. Catch you on the next video. Maybe I'll do a lower price sell and things like that. So I'm going to go over the rules and stuff like that. If you don't want to see that, skip ahead to maybe, I don't know, the 3-minute mark. I'll be going through each one of these individually. I'll be talking about any marks, if it's been used, if it's been carried, all the details, things like that, what's special about it, if there is anything special about it. So stay tuned if you want to see any more details on this. So if you do want to buy something, send me an email to edged_mindset@yahoo.com. I'll have all this information in the description as well. That is not my payment information, but if you do want to buy something, send an email there, say, hey, I want to buy a thing. If you do have kind of a sales specific question, ask it there. General questions, please ask in the comments down below. If you just want to say, hey, what's this? Or hey, what's that? Or does it have blade play? Or, you know, blah, blah, just ask it down below. It's much easier for me to respond to conversational type things in the comments as opposed to through email. It gets kind of confusing, especially when I have multiple people emailing me about the same knife. It's hard to keep it in order. So keep the email to serious, hey, I want to buy this. I understand if there's a last minute question related to that you want to ask, that's fine. But just general conversations in the comments down below. Send me an email. Say, hey, I want to buy this. I'll say, cool, it's available. It's yours. Here's my payment information. My payment information is not edged_mindset@yahoo.com. It's a different email address. I'll send that to you. The expectation is you'll send payment within a reasonable amount of time, 10 to 15 minutes, unless you have a specific thing. If you're like, hey, I'm on my lunch break, I can't send it for an hour, that's cool, just communicate. Otherwise, if I don't get payment, I got to move to the next guy. I ran into an issue on the last sale where somebody said they wanted stuff. Other people wanted it too, and I had to keep telling them to hold off, hold off, hold off. The guy didn't get back to me for 6 hours. He didn't respond to any emails after he said he would take it. So from now on, you got like 10 to 15 minutes unless you specifically request some sort of arrangement, and then I've got to move to the next person, if there is a next person in line wanting to buy the thing. My payment methods are PayPal, friends and family. I can't do goods and services. So friends and family only, or Zelle, which is the direct bank transfer system there. Please, 18 or older only. I will only ship to the US. It's fine if you have a proxy and then want to, you know, I ship it to the proxy and then you take it to wherever after that. But I'm not going to do any international shipping. I think that covers everything. Oh, everything comes, so I don't have to say it every time, everything comes with all the stuff. Box, I keep everything. None of this is without box and papers and whatever, except, of course, the Strider, because they don't come in boxes. They come in a little plastic baggie. But I just mean everything comes as it would from the company. All right, let's get into it. Okay, first up, we have a couple of limited edition 80/20s from Cold Steel. So this is the collaboration with Andrew Demko, who designed and created the Triad Lock and the 8010 for Cold Steel. He has since left the company, and so now when he does knives with them, it's an official collaboration. So these were limited edition runs that are numbered. Both of these have titanium handles. This one is blasted, and this one is PVD coated black. So this is titanium here. These are the same knives. The steel is 3V, which is the only way to get anything other than the normal steel is through this limited collaboration. This was, the black was limited to 300 pieces. This is number 52, so quite low. The gray here was limited to, I think, 1,000 pieces, so a lot more of these, but this is really low at 37. So either one of these is $275 shipped. Oh, and yeah, both of these are brand new, right? Never been carried, nothing. They've been sitting in my padded styrofoam case, and they come in the little presentation box and all that stuff as well. Next up is the Protech Rockeye side opening automatic. This is a special run for pbk.com. It comes in CPM 3V steel. It's got a gray DLC coating on the blade. It is 100% new in box, never carried, never used. I've only shot a couple YouTube videos for this guy. I am asking 200 shipped on this one. This is the Maxace Pterosaur. It is a very cool and large titanium folder right here. Once again, I have never used or carried this knife, but I believe the previous owner did carry it a little bit. Full titanium handles, very cool milling patterns, all that stuff. It seems very pristine except for one mark. Where's it at? Right there. So one little mark on the back spacer here. It looks like it just caught on something. Other than that, it is perfectly perfect. This one is no longer being made. It's been out of production for quite a while now. It is 300 shipped on the Maxace Pterosaur. Now we have the Arcane Designs Plexus. Once again, brand new, only been in the case. I've only shot a couple videos with it. This is a collaboration with Elijah Isham. Rest in peace. Very cool design. It's got gold blasted anodized mixed with dark titanium here. Very cool looking knife. 300 shipped on this guy here. Haven't been able to get one of these for a little while now. So if you wanted one, this is an opportunity to do that. The steel on this guy is M390. I think that's it. Next up, we have the Gen 3 Combat Troodon from Microtech, of course. This is the very first run that they did. In fact, I was one of the first ones in line on the Microtech drop itself. This has been carried. I don't think I've actually cut much with it, maybe a couple little packages. It has not been sharpened. So in very, very good condition, as you can see there. The only marks on it is there is a little one right there on that titanium pocket clip on the corner. When I was carrying this, it just caught a little something. And then it might have a few little fuzzies or something going on inside of here. So 300 shipped on the Combat Troodon. It's rocking the M390 MK steel. Has all the new action things going on with it. So if you're interested in that one, shoot me an email. It's got some junk on there. Let me clean that off real quick. I don't know what that is. That looks like something spilled on it. I will try to get that cleaned off. I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm sure I can get whatever that is off of there. Okay, got it off. It was just something that, I don't know what that is. Something spilled on it that was pretty kind of sticky, but came off. Just had to get it and cleaned. Okay, keeping up with the OTF theme, we have the ADV Tactical Stinger right here. I am asking 300 shipped on this one. It hasn't been used. I haven't cut anything with it. You know, these have been advertised as zero blade play, which is not true. They do... When you can hear it, they do have blade play. It's minimal, but it's definitely there. This one does have a couple marks on the pocket clip from carrying it around. Let me see if I can find them now. It's got a little junk in there. I cannot see it. I promise you, though, there are a couple small marks on that pocket clip just because it's blasted. And so, you know, you breathe on this thing. Oh, no, not the pocket clip. Not that it's actually on the body is where there's a couple little discolorations on one of these sides here. I will find it. I am on the spot right now. Is it on that side? Oh, right there. So, yep, right there on that corner, you can see it just got rubbed a little bit and that anodization came out. But not used and not extensively carried. 300 shipped on the ADV Stinger. Okay, now we're getting into the more expensive ones. This is the Asheville Steel Paragon Knives Warlock in the copper Damascus blade right there. Very, very cool. And no, that copper does not go all the way through the steel. The core is still raw steel. So if you can't really see on the edges here, But the copper is just a layer on the outside, and then it has a steel core inside. Aluminum handle with the natural anodization, similar to what Microtech does. In fact, the exact same as what Microtech does with their natural clear finish that they do. Very cool knife, clamshell, gravity style knife. Close it. $450 shipped on this. Comes in box and all that. Never carried. Only taken photos and videos and stuff. And for those that wonder, blade play, if you grip the handle, it's rock solid. Like if you squeeze the clamshell, it is 100% rock solid. If you don't, you do get a little bit of wiggle. And then there's also, a lot of people ask, there's a little bit of movement in the handle here. It's just the nature of the mechanism. I just wanted to make sure everybody was clear on that. So $450 shipped on this cool Baker's Forge Damascus Warlock from Paragon Asheville Steel. Okay, next up we have a Strider Performance SMF. This one is in the gray gunmetal DLC. Not carried, not used, other than, you know, maybe around the house and some sweatpants. Shot a couple videos with it. It is in like new condition. 750 shipped on this guy. Only comes in the tactical baggie, like I mentioned before. There are a couple little things with this knife I wanted to point out, though, that I wasn't really aware of. So there is some mismatched coloration on it a little bit. This front scale is lighter by a little bit than the blade, as well as the back. And depending on the lighting, if it's bright lighting, kind of like this, you don't notice it as much, but in dimmer lighting, you can definitely tell that the back scale and the blade is a little bit darker than this front scale. Seems to be very common with these. I've seen multiple of these gunmetals where that's the case. I think they did the front scale, back scales in different batches, as well as the blades, and they just kind of took that gray, a little bit different in coloration. The other thing I wanted to mention, this has never been used, cut, or sharpened, but it does have the Strider wonky tip right there. It's not broken. They just didn't bring that edge up enough to get a sharp, pointy tip. So if you were to use this thing and sharpen it a couple times, you would bring that secondary bevel up, and then you would have a nice tip to it. But I've seen this as well, especially on the full flat grind or the spear point grind. I've seen it quite a bit on these performance. I don't know why they seem to struggle with that tip there. Lock up, rock solid, doesn't move, still needs some breaking in on the action. Very, very nice. Cool piece. 750 shipped on the Strider Performance SMF. Last but not least, we have a new old stock Microtech Vero Beach Scarab. This one is from 2003. This has Cerakote primary bevel of a green. It's kind of a greenish gray. It is 100% absolute mint time capsule piece. It comes in the plastic tube. It has all the documentation. It has the Scarab embroidered pouch with the tools. You can see the glass breaker with the screw right there. This is a classic piece that has very stiff action, and it is 100% mint condition on here. So 900 shipped for the Scarab. Very, very cool piece if that is what you are into. All right, guys, so that's it. That is everything. Ask any questions, discuss down below. Send me an email if you're seriously interested. If you just wanted to check out the knives, that's cool too. Thank you for sticking around. I will catch you on the next video. See you later.